It happened in the run-up to the 2016 presidential election. Somebody somewhere started a rumor that Hillary Clinton was running a child pornography and sex ring in the basement of the Comet Pizza Parlor in Washington, D.C. Many people started passing this story around online, especially in social networks. One of the people who picked it up was InfoWars' Alex Jones.
This is on Infowars.com. Pizzagate is real.
And he made this very angry and emotionally charged video.
Pizzagate, as it's called, is a rabbit hole that is horrifying to go down. Now,
the story was completely false. There was no child sex ring in the basement of the Comet Pizza Parlor. In fact, there was no basement in the building at all.
I love how the fake news is saying we're fake news.
So Alex Jones issued a retraction.
To my knowledge today, neither Mr. Alifanis nor his restaurant, Comet Ping Pong, were involved in any human trafficking, as was part of the theories about Pizzagate.
However, it's much easier to create fake news than it is to retract it. 500,000 people had already seen the video, and more than 1.5 million people had already spread the story and the video itself through Twitter alone, meaning that millions and millions of people saw the original video. And even today, in 2019, if you go on Twitter, I bet you'll see today people are still passing the story along. People still believe it, even though it was completely fake. My name is Denise Agosto. I'm a professor here at Drexel University. I'm on the faculty of the College of Computing Informatics, where I'm also the director of our master's degree in library and information science. My most recent book was published in 2018, and it's called Information Literacy in Libraries in the Age of Fake News. Information is created differently than it used to be created. Most information and news today is no longer published in print newspapers, of course, but much is online, and this has led to a broadening of different kinds of news venues that are available and different ways that information is created. Less and less is information written by a reporter, vetted by an information fact checker and an editor, and then produced. More and more we have user-produced information and user-produced news that can come from anywhere in the world, including fake news, which often originates in other countries but then filters down to the United States. Fake news is problematic because most of the time, or much of the time, people who encounter fake news don't understand that it's fake. It's usually portrayed in very emotionally charged ways, which encourages people to believe it and to act on incorrect news. It's particularly a problem when it comes to democratic participation in a democratic society, when people are voting and participating in society based on incorrect information. In the library world, we have a long history of teaching people about information, how to use information, how to access information, and how to evaluate information. So fake news is an important issue for librarians to teach communities of all types how to understand how information is created and generated and disseminated in the modern world, and most importantly, how to be critical examiners of information to understand when we're looking at information that's true or fake, and what the political or social bias behind information is. Because there's very little information in the world that is bias-free. There's always a perspective by someone creating information. Some of the things you can do to look at fake news is consider who created this piece of information and what are the likely biases of that person or organization. Who sent this information to you? Where is it coming from? Go online and look up other sources to see if you could confirm information before you share it. It's always a good idea before you share anything to make sure that what you're sharing is real news, and to consider to look at the images. Are these images that are stock images taken from somewhere else? To look at the headlines. Do they seem to be really emotionally charged? For the most part, fake news is emotionally charged as opposed to factual. And to try to see, just does this information ring true, or does it seem sensationalist? Most of the time, sensational information is just that. It's sensational because it's not true.